Today I'm going to take you guys on a different kind of toy hunt. While I was in Atlanta, Georgia for the Toylanta convention, I had the opportunity to meet the awesome David and the lovely Lady Pop Hunter who run the YouTube channel Open by Chance. They invited me over to check out their collection, or rather, their private toy museum. I love that that's what they refer to it as, and as you guys are going to see, it's the perfect way to describe it. So while today's video isn't about what I can find to buy, there's a lot of really cool toys to see. So come with me as we check out the Open by Chance private toy museum. So immediately upon coming down the stairs, my eyes are just wide open, taking in this amazing collection space. It's wide and it is chock full with bright colors, and the one thing that really stands out to me is how gorgeously organized all of it is. They explained to me that the collection room is divided perfectly in half, with one half being David's stuff and the other half being Lady Pop Hunter's. And I love this because it gives them both the opportunity to focus on collecting the things that they each love, their own interests, but having this beautiful museum type display that wonderfully shows all of it off. I immediately recognize that LPH has very similar tastes to me, and the first thing I'm sitting here staring at is this beautiful Kenner Swamp Thing collection. And as you're looking at this, you're gonna notice the trend with the way that their museum is set up. They've got these awesome displays that almost look like they could be like retail displays, with all of their items boxed and just perfectly spaced out and displayed. So you see all these carded figures, all these boxed play sets, just gorgeously displayed. The way everything is categorized is also really appealing to me because they've got everything kind of sectioned off where everything that's together kind of makes sense together, and it's not very long before I find the Masters of the Universe corner of the room. I love that colored pegboard that is used behind all of those hanging carded figures. And there's a great collection of Masters here. There's a lot of modern figures, like the modern stuff from Super 7, the Masters of the Universe Classics stuff. There's even some amazing bootlegs hanging up here. But for me, it's all about seeing the vintage collection. They just look absolutely gorgeous in their boxed packaging here. I'm seeing things like Screech and Zoar in their packages, and oh my gosh, this Skeletor and Panther 2-pack. Oh man, I love it. Talk about an amazing piece to see. I also immediately noticed these massive statues that are on display right in the center. We've got some really cool stuff from various companies here, some sideshow stuff, but also I do recognize that we've got the MFA Skeletor statue, which I've never seen in person. And this is cool because it's displayed as Keldor, which is a really nice touch.
Those are my favorite.
Those are your favorite things?
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of the Joker, period, but Joaquin Phoenix, I think he just knocked it out of the park. Heath Ledger, I think he did an amazing job too. Everybody was good on their own. You know, they didn't feed off of each other. They
did their own versions, brought their own energy.
Yeah,
totally, I get that.
So, only one I'm missing, of course, is the great Jack Nicholson.
Were these a sideshow? Are these sideshow
statues?
Or are these
one with him sitting down is Queen Studio.
Okay.
The one of Joaquin standing, that's Prime 1.
Oh,
and Heath Ledger is Prime 1.
Awesome. Those are really cool.
Yeah, they are quarter scale. And then this, of course, is Keldor. That's a from Mayfax. MFA. Yeah, MFA. Did that.
Pretty familiar with
but I got
He's got the diamond ray of disappearance in his hand. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I got it because it came with a Keldor head instead of your.
You can swap it.
Instead of
because you got the you got the Skeletor heads.
The Skeletor heads came
That's
with it, but I wanted to display Keldor.
Yeah.
So that's why I got that one.
Now, David's side of the room is filled up with a lot more stuff from the 60s and the 70s. There's definitely some 80s stuff and such mixed in as well, but there's a lot of cool things here that I don't even recognize or things that I've never seen before. So suddenly I am really sucked in by a lot of the things I see here, and pun intended, one of the first things that draws me in is this boxed collection of Mattel's Sucker Man.
You can stick Sucker Man on the weirdest places.
Sucker Man.
You can hang Sucker Man in surprising spaces.
Sucker Man.
On a place that's smooth and slick, the suction cups will make him stick. You can even stick him to himself. Sucker Man character comes in 3 colors, each sold separately, new from Mattel.
I have a real affinity for Mattel's vintage monster toys. Stuff like Gregory the Vampire Bat, Crusher, and Sucker Man here. And just seeing all of the different colors that were available, all in their boxes. There's even a baggied one here. Oh, it's just such a cool sight. I love seeing them all displayed together. And the glow-in-the-dark one, oh, that is so incredibly rad. He's got to be my favorite of the bunch. He's got an incredibly cool collection of G.I. Joe. And what I love about it is it spans the eras. I mean, you can see scanning down the shelves there, he's got all of these amazing original 12-inch scale G.I. Joe figures. But as you come down that wall, suddenly we've got all of these amazing items from the A Real American Hero era of G.I. Joe. Vehicles, playsets, all with these awesome displays, almost like this action scene set up on things like the Terrordrome here. It is really cool. G.I. Joes are pretty awesome, I gotta say. I love these Fisher-Price Adventure People figures. X-Ray Man and Woman have become pretty popular in recent years amongst collectors, but all of these figures are really great. I mean, I think all of the styles are awesome, and seeing them carded is even cooler because of that artwork. Oh wow, and a boxed Pulsar. This is another classic Mattel toy that I really love. I have a loose one at home, but seeing one here in the box is something extra special. And that's one thing that I will say about this museum display that they have here. While there are plenty of loose figures around, it really does seem like the majority of what is out on display on these beautiful displayed walls here are all in-package items. And that really helps to add to the overall museum-like quality of the space. It's really a sight to behold. David then shows me this amazing merchandise from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, stuff that I had no idea even existed before now.
He did not like merchandising, and so it was pulling teeth to get him to cooperate with Ideal, and they only made 5 things. 3 puppets, including the terrifying Miss Lady Elaine Fairchild, that trolley, and a playset. And the playset I've only ever seen in pieces.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. That's one of 2 boxed examples I've seen of the trolley, and it does have the finger puppets.
Oh, wow.
And it's just, you know, I've got an affinity for some of those shows that we grew up with.
Of course, yeah.
You know, like the... that is the playset, but I've only ever seen it in pieces. I've never seen a box or anything together. And then there's the 3 puppets in the neighborhood trolley, and you notice also that they had a different concept for box design.
Yeah.
Because they changed it.
Wow. That's so cool.
So Mr. Rogers, the Sesame Street, if it's like especially early 80s or 70s Sesame Street stuff jumps out for me. So I look for these child guidance puppets and things like that.
These are so cool. Yeah, like these figures right here, like we were talking about, these Knickerbocker.
And the colors are really
so,
just
oh yeah, they're bright, they're colorful. Man, I love Cookie Monster anyway, so.
Oh yeah, he loves cookies.
Yeah.
And he's mixed media.
That's right. That's right.
And then the Product People, which is a very tough line. I've been working on this set for 16 years.
Wow.
From Starkist going across to Pop is wave 1, and then Jolly Green Giant across there to the 3 yellow box Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Yeah.
And then Little Lulu and the Campbell Kids is wave 2.
Oh, wow.
And the first wave, and particularly the General Mills, are next to impossible to find in the boxes. This is the only one in all 16 years I've ever found in a box of the Trix Rabbit.
Really?
The only one in like 16 years.
I'm not even sure I've ever seen any of these before. These are amazing right here.
I'm missing Frankenberry. That's
Oh,
the only one that I'm missing.
They didn't do Fruity Yummy Mummy? So they have Fruit Brute?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay,
It was,
cool. Wow.
Those 5.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
And the General Mills are the most expensive in the line. So, I mean, the last time a Frankenberry came up, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago on eBay, because I check every day.
Yeah.
And when it was getting close to the $1,000 mark, I had to stop.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore.
Wow, these are awesome, though.
A while back at a flea market in St. Louis, I stumbled upon these old playsets for McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken. And you might remember those from a past Toy Hunt video. I thought they were so cool at the time. Well, it turns out David has these. And he has them boxed.
Awesome, and it's got like little finger puppets, including the Colonel.
That is amazing,
There's a Colonel in there. I think you can see him in the box.
Yep,
there,
he's
yeah,
over
behind
there.
the register.
That's so cool. A child guidance toy.
Yes. And then Familiar Places is Play School.
A little bit, yeah. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, look at those old blocky.
They made
people.
a lot of stuff. They made a Holiday Inn.
Amazing.
They made a Texaco gas station. They're Familiar Places. There's your Holiday Inn. And complete with bathtub and toilet.
Wow. Actually put a toilet in there.
Yeah, they have toilets in the rooms.
I don't think Barbie even got toilets, right?
No.
That's amazing.
There's so many wild things here, and that's one of the things that I love about this visit, is just learning about things that I had no idea existed. For instance, did you know that there was merchandise for the Raid mascot? You know, Raid, like the bug spray?
Wow, that is cool.
My brother's
So this was just like a salesman promo thing?
Salesman's promo.
Oh,
And,
cool.
and just basically a plain white shipper
I know
box.
Blake, who is the head of.
That's amazing.
Who I know it's going to touch Blake's hand.
And it's
He's going to be the one that
voice
gets the final stamp.
operative, which is amazing for the time period.
That's why
If when you speak into the remote, it comes out of his mouth.
Really?
Yeah, if you look in his mouth, you can see the speaker there.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is cool. Man, just the things that they made, like, toys off of. That is wild. Like the Raid.
I'm sure you've seen him.
What a weird brand to, like, produce something like this for.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Electroman and Zog the Terrible. Toys released by Ideal in 1977. Now these are cool.
This is Electroman, the action figure with powers of light and sound. When you put Electroman on guard, he'll sound a warning if anyone sneaks up on him.
Is it Zog? Radar on. It's Zog. You won't escape us this time. Stun ray on. Wow.
Each figure requires 3 batteries not included. Electroman comes with 2 reflector badges. Zog sold separately from Ideal.
I especially love this Zog. I mean, he just looks like a cool monster toy. I don't know. This guy's really drawn me in. I feel like anything, I'm going to walk out of here with new things that I want to hunt for.
Found my J.J. Arms. He was a real person.
J.J. Arms?
J.J. Arms was a real person. He had he blew off his hands when he was 12. I think he was 12 years old, stealing blasting caps from a railroad depot. He had like interchangeable ones, including a pistol, which they replicated in there.
That's a
So-
character right there.
I was going to say, so, like, how does this guy get turned into a toy? Like, he was that known enough? That,
I
like,
forget who it was, but there was some celebrity whose son was kidnapped in the 70s, and he was on the case, and that's how he became famous.
wow.
I forget who it was, though.
Moving into the 80s, here's an amazing collection of Chuck Norris's Karate Commandos. Again, all carded. And how about a collection of figures from Commando?
I don't think I realized that there were like small figures for Commando. Like I knew about this one, but these I don't think I knew about.
There's like 4. This is a big can of worms, is the Commando line.
Yeah.
For a line that went nowhere because they didn't make the comic and they didn't do the cartoon. And it came in 4 sizes and multiple packaging styles.
Was it all the same company, or was it?
Yeah, it's all Diamond Toy Makers. So this is the issue for the movie with the picture of him.
Yep.
And then there's a 5-inch version. There's 6 of these on a card like this in 5 inches. 8 of them on this black and white card. The same 8 on a red and yellow card to match that one. 6 2-packs. And then 2 in a black box. Matrix and a Ninja. And finding any of them is tough.
I was going to say, I had no idea that there was this much for Commando. That is so cool.
You know there's a can of worms in some of these toy lines.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Oh, that is so cool.
Give someone a bad case of worms, a hilarious toy line from Mattel released in 1981.
A bad case of worms is something you could really love. You can make them sit up, roll down walls, even wag their tails. And when you throw them, they'll stick close to friends, family, and new acquaintances. And with a bad case of worms, you may even make your friends squirm with delight. A bad case of worms comes with 2 play worms and a portable case. Works on most slick surfaces. New from Mattel.
This is like this one's like a international release, huh?
Yeah, there's an American and a Canadian version.
Worms Les Verse. They're just like little like
they're gummies.
Little gummy rubber worm. Oh, you do have one open. Oh, that's cool. That's it.
It's 2 orange rubber worms and they're sticky, and you can throw them on stuff and they're stretchy.
Oh my gosh!
And they got like a little face carved on. You see a little smile and eyes. And I just
I had to rain it down with the transformers.
I'd never seen any other color but orange, even though they get all kinds of colors on the package.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Soundwave and
oh my gosh.
The variety is really incredible. I mean, there's so much stuff here that's also right up my alley. Stuff that I love to collect and love to hunt for. I'm seeing things like Rock Lords and Brave Star, even Inhumanoids, Rambo, Cops. It's amazing.
Durham Industries, who made mostly bootlegs and knockoffs of things.
Oh.
And like, for example, this is actually a bootleg of Kwai Chan Kane from Kung Fu.
Okay.
A young Kwai Chan Kane, and they got in a lot of trouble for this one. But most of these are a knockoff of something like, you know, Ideal's Evil Knievel.
Yeah.
But and the card art's fantastic, and the figures are horrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Notice the fireman in particular, they didn't even bother to finish painting his pants.
Oh my gosh.
Just, that's close enough.
Good enough.
Close enough. We wasted all of our money on the artist.
They do look great on the card, though. Yeah, like if you're gonna have these, you better have them on the in the package.
The card art's fantastic.
Yeah.
But again.
Oh man. These are cool. These Disney Safari.
That's also Durham, because they actually had licenses. I don't know why they had to knock off so much stuff.
That's so weird. I like those. Those are cool.
Pirates are from Soma.
Okay, yep.
And they were made in, I think, 85 for Woolworth exclusively.
Oh, wow.
And that's the whole set. And they're awful, but, you know, you gotta love them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then these are Los Invincibles del Ring, wrestling, basically knockoff figures.
Oh my gosh, I love how the card back just looks like it was made with crayon.
It was.
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's what they did. And these were made in the late 80s.
Oh.
And they were made in Macau.
Unreal.
And they just basically made the same figure over and over again.
But different colors and
scheme,
different masks.
Gave him a different luchador mask.
Oh,
but,
wow.
Yeah, I guess they weren't ready. You see, they didn't even actually finish it because there are blank spaces.
Oh, where they were going to draw the different masks.
Yeah, and didn't get to it. never finished even the crayon art here. These are some of the... You'll never find these. I found 2 of them in the same place, and I had to have them.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's cool.
So that's 1961 Mark's Disneykins from their Tinykins series, and that's a store display. And they had 2 types. One looks like is shaped like a castle. It's a cardboard cutout. And this is the blow mold one with the movie strips.
Yeah.
This is the harder one.
Oh wow.
And it is complete.
It's really interesting, like, how did they choose the colors on some of these things? Like, you look at Minnie, and she's got red ears and a red nose, and she's, you know, but Mickey looks like colored the right way. And then Peter Pan's wearing a blue outfit. It's really interesting. Yeah, look at Alice with brown hair. Yeah. But these are really cool. I love this display.
It's amazing that it survives this long. It's what always gets me about this kind of stuff. Who kept this? Where did this come from?
It's amazing. Like, nothing's missing. There's no little fit. It'd be so easy for, like, one of those to be missing or something. That's so cool.
This was probably one of the rarest pieces you'll ever find. The Berwick Dalek Playsuit 1965 BBC.
Wow.
It is complete. And I found this just recently. And it's like the cheapest thing you'll ever imagine, but it's so cool. You got your blow mold plastic head with the cardboard.
Oh, wow.
And there's like this straw that you insert.
Oh!
That's his eye.
Oh!
And then you've got these straps. And the straps go under your arms. So this can be as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah.
And then little Jimmy puts it on. And he looks around through here. And hopefully it stays on.
Yeah. Holy cow.
You get the, and this was complete, and that was the big deal. You got your ray gun, and that tape is factory.
Oh my gosh.
And your little sucker arm.
Oh my gosh.
And then a smock.
And that's how you, and that's how you finish it. You just wear this, oh my gosh.
And the smock has little holes for you to hold your wand. Like this. And that's also how you keep it up, because there are no straps with the smock.
Yeah.
So you're holding it on like this and balancing that thing on your head. So you can imagine it was played with for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then put away.
Oh my gosh.
And they covered their copyrights because you can see the drawing has little hands.
Yes.
So you know.
Look at the little hands sticking out.
So you know that's how it's supposed to go.
That's incredible.
No excuses.
It's an absolutely amazing display. We spent so much time just looking over all of the pieces in this collection, hearing stories about collecting these items and what these items mean to both David and Lady Pop Hunter. And I just think it is so incredibly cool getting the opportunity to see the way collectors not only display their stuff, but also why they collect the things that they collect. For me, this is what it's all about as a toy collector, is sharing the passion with other people around us. This was an absolutely amazing visit, and I had so much fun meeting both David and LPH. Lovely people. We had so much fun together, so I want to give them a very special thanks for inviting me over to just take a look at this wonderful private toy museum. And yes, like I said at the beginning, they do run a channel here on YouTube called Open by Chance. So if you're into the vintage stuff, anything that you saw in this video, definitely go on over, give their videos a watch, give them a subscribe, tell them Pixel Dan sent you. Oh, and it's time for my haul. Yes, crazy enough, I am leaving this private toy museum with one piece from my own toy collection. David gave me a bad case of worms while I was there. I thought this was so cool, and when I was looking at the display, he handed it to me. He said, now you could tell everybody that you got a bad case of worms from Open by Chance. So here I am doing exactly that. Thanks, man. Guys, thank you so very much for watching another installment of Toy Hunting with Pixel Dan. Like I said, I know today's video was a little bit different as I wasn't out shopping, but I think there's different meanings to the term hunting. We saw some really cool stuff today, and I hope that it was exciting and fun for you. If you liked this, I would love to do more of this sort of stuff as well, because traveling around to shoot toys for the Masters of the Universe book, I got to see a lot of collections, and it was one of my favorite experiences. I love stuff like this, and I love being able to share it with all of you. Hey, special shout out to all of my supporters over on Patreon. If you guys are in a place and you want to help this channel grow, head on over and give the Patreon a look, see if it's for you. But if not, I'm happy no matter how you guys choose to support the channel, even if it's just by watching these videos. Thank you all so very much for your support, and until next time.